Hi, my name is Patricio Peña, and this is my metacognition video for the Ethics and Sustainability class. Through this video, I will answer the 5 questions from the metacognition ladder from Swartz. This is a tool to reflect about my learnings from this course, and I will respond to first, what have I learned, how have I learned it, what has been the easiest or most complicated thing to learn, what can I improve, how has this process helped me to learn, and finally, how can I apply the acquired knowledge in different situations. I will respond to these 5 questions, each in my individual agency dimensions, in my personal, professional, citizen, and consumer dimension. This tool can make me help to reflect the course content, and how can it help me to attack the problem of climate change. In my personal dimension, I learned that individual action is important and can make an impact around me. Second, I learned it going to class, hearing what the teacher said, and not only reading the contents from the course, but also watching documentaries from the class. Also, while I was doing my greenwash essay, I needed to watch some documentaries and they impacted me a lot. I think those are a great way to gather information because you have the visual element, the audio element, and using it all together, you can learn a lot. The easiest thing and the one that pops off right away in my head is the greenwashing because its concept is really easy to understand. But the hard part is to identify those different ways that the greenwashing manifests itself on companies. I think I can improve my way of learning. If I can stop to use my phone too much, I will stop distracting myself from learning useful information. Finally, these types of learning can help me identify greenwashing in real life and expose it, or at least it will help me to not buy from those brands. In my professional dimension, first I want to talk about that I study political science. It relates a lot to sustainability because from the public sphere we can do changes into the legal things companies are authorized to do to the environment, and we can also make regulations to take care of the environment. I think most importantly, we can do public policies to change this through a greener public transport or different energy alternatives that can make a positive impact. I learned that we should keep in mind the safety of people on the workplace. I saw a documentary where they talk about the Rana Plaza collapse in Bangladesh, and one cause of this is that they did not implement any regulations to avoid this from happening. In this aspect, I learned a lot from documentaries and from my own colleagues. The 2030 agenda has helped me a lot to understand global issues and identify what are the ones I'm more interested about and that I want help attack and fight for them. I think a way to learn more is through reading. I need to read not just about politics, but how through public policy we can attack the climate change problem and what solutions have have been done in other countries. In the citizen dimension, as a citizen I made a report of reduction of my ecological print, in which I wrote my advances and actions to improve my own ecological footprint. I learned from my own experience and from the experience of my colleagues. The hardest thing to understand was how to reduce my electrical bill because in theory I applied it, but I can't control what my roomies do even if I motivate them. This process has been great and I plan to continue implementing most of these actions. I think I will focus on the electricity bill and keep walking most of the time. I can keep applying these actions on my daily basis to make a greener and more sustainable world. Last but not least, there is the consumption dimension. In this course, I found out that instead of buying new products, the cheapest and greenest way to help the planet is consuming less. It made me question a lot of things. For example, instead of buying new, apparently greener clothes, I can just use the ones I have, or I can buy second hand clothes. Instead of buying new electronics, I can buy previously used things. This way, I spend less money and I don't need to buy new products. contaminating less. I think that maybe right now I don't have enough clothes, so I might be going to street vendors and buy second-hand clothes. And last, I will apply this knowledge all through my life just so I can make my own contribution to sustainability and to the planet. Through this course, I have learned how to be more sustainable in my own life, but also how to identify lies from companies that claim to be sustainable when they are not. I will definitely keep implementing this knowledge to make a positive change in the world, and personally, I will keep doing most of these actions just so I can be greener and more sustainable. Our world is facing big problems like climate change, loss of nature, and unfairness. It's not just about the environment, it's about doing what's right. As global citizens, we have a duty to protect our planet and make sure everyone is okay. The SDGs give us a plan to work together. Goals like stopping climate change and making sure no one goes hungry are in danger. If we don't act, we're not just hurting the earth, but hurting future generations. Now is the time to come together. We need to forget about politics and borders and focus on solving these problems as one world. When we see how climate change and unfairness hurts people, it should make us want to help. Let's use that feeling to make a difference. Personally, I have seen climate change not just on my challenge that was about Mexico City, but I have seen it here in Monterrey, the lack of access to water, the poor air quality. We need to change these things. We can ask our leaders to do better, support things that are good to the earth, and join hands to create a future where everyone is treated fairly. This isn't just a call to do something, it's a promise to make our world better. The time to start is now.